guys, welcome.
Oh, now we're all gone,
No,
bro.
you'll see, you'll see. Bu-
Oh, okay, cool.
it's all part of the process. All right.
All right.
Anyways, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. We got our boys here again. We got Luke and we got Rye, and we got a new guest star as well. We got Kiki for joining this podcast of Valentine's Day. So right now, let's kick it off. We're gonna talk about this coming Valentine's Day. We're gonna talk about how it is being single in a relationship, past. It's just how to deal with life in general, basically. So let's kick it off. Rye, you got this is the topic Rye chose as well. So like anything like any ideas, any questions about it, brother?
Yeah,
So
start us off.
I think the I think with Valentine's Day, a lot of the times we get caught up in the idea, especially beforehand. Like once January's finished, you hit February and we're like, oh crap, I have 2 weeks to find a date or 2 weeks to find a Valentine. And if I don't have one, I'll be sad and alone and that's no way to spend it. And just like they treat it almost like a make or break kind of thing. At least I know I have in the past, and there's just a lot of unnecessary pressure that's being put on us around this time because it's so commercialized. I don't know if that's the right word to use, um, but because we walk around roughly around February, and you see all these people walking together, holding hands. I live close to a college campus, so I see it all the time. Just people together and being happy, and it's really hard to not get in that mindset of being bitter that you don't have anybody, because a lot of the times we think being single is something not to be ashamed of, but just I think it's more or less a thing of, oh, I'm alone, I need to go find somebody. It's that longing for that human connection on an intimate and romantic level. Um, and that pressure can be exhausting. Um, cause us to feel depressed or anxious to talk to whoever we are interested in. Um, so I guess the first question I would pose to you guys is, how would you combat the, have you ever been in that situation where you feel those negative thoughts or at least the pressure?
As a teen, yes. Like as a teen, I would think about it. It's like, man, dude, why not? I have a girl, or like even then, I thought I would be like the best boyfriend, quote unquote. Like when I was like a teenager back in high school and all this. But in reality, I was too fixated on mindset. I was totally wrong. I would not, bro. I would honestly be like the shittiest boyfriend, but like not for like hating on another person like that. It's because I didn't love myself, and I didn't like
Mm-hmm.
um, even consider myself. So I feel like most things, even with this upcoming Valentine's Day, most people, it's not so much. Usually, it's not so much as like, you know, um, they like want another person just because they want the other person. They want the other person because of shame. I feel like it's the shame output, because like some of it's like it's seeing like, man, dude, if I had another person, I feel like life would be way better. It's because they want to be understood. People want to be understood all the time.
Yeah.
And once they have another person that they think they understand, it's like, man, dude. But that's the problem in it. Like, it is absolutely wonderful. Don't get me wrong, to have a person who understands you. But in order to have a person understand you, you're going to have to understand yourself. Because if you can't understand yourself and you feel like the other person understands you more than yourself, it is going to be like, wow, you're going to be dependent on the person for the rest of your life. Same with God. Like, God is the only one that really understands you more than yourself. But like, no one else on this planet Earth really understands you more besides you and God. So like, that's why I'm saying you got to understand yourself and love yourself first before in a relationship, preferably. You know. So that's that's why that's my opinion at the moment. Right now, I don't really feel any like shame or guilt. Honestly, like when I see someone in a relationship, just like to keep it short. When I see someone in a relationship or anything like that, I just think like, good for them, much love and all that. But
Thunder,
I'm
your
gonna move
microphone
on.
is bad again. It's muffled.
Is it really? Right? How about now?
Yeah, that's better.
That's better.
All
Yeah,
right, I
it
just
just
have to
I
got
get
think it's got to
closer.
be closer. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
all right, we'll keep it like that. All right, that's my perspective on it, though. It's just no, as of now, no shame with not being in a relationship
Good. Good.
because
Good.
yeah, like I care for myself, basically, just overall general care. I think that's what's about.
Yeah. Luke, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, so this is what I want to chat. I've never been in a situation where I felt like I needed a date on Valentine's Day because early on, even as a teenager, I've come to the terms of just the fact that I'm going to be single and celibate, and I just wasn't interested in having a relationship. Like the way I see it is like I'd rather be surrounded by a bunch of platonic friendships instead of
Mhm.
having a romantic relationship with someone because I don't know, I'm kind of just in that mindset of just singleness. However, the pressure I did feel that was similar to Valentine's Day was I wanted a date for prom, and so I was kind of super anxious about that and like wondering how that would work out and everything. But one of my close friends at the time, I just decided to ask her out to prom because she was someone that I trusted and was a really close friend to me. And we were just going to go as friends and everything. And so I asked her out to prom, and we went with like two other couples and everything, and we got fancy chicken nuggets over at Cheesecake Factory on a platter. Um
That's how you know
the
it's classy. Those
yeah.
flat.
It was a fancy it was like literally 30-piece chicken nuggets all piled up on a plate or whatever. Um but like I don't know, it's like even with that it was just like for me, I thought I was just hanging out with a friend, and just like chilling out and vibing. And so I don't know if this is like a quick answer to it. I feel like the solution for me about dealing with the loneliness feeling on Valentine's Day is just not think about how much you are so focused on getting a romantic relationship and having that perfect date with some girl. Instead of just hang out with your friends, and just
Yeah.
vibe. That's like the cure to it.
Yeah. I. So I guess what you're trying to say, or at least telling everyone, is just saying that we should really, instead of a way to help combat that, the Valentine's blues, in a sense, is to just reach out and strengthen the bonds that you already have.
Right. And I mean, it's like you hang out with your friends anyway and whatnot. And I mean, if that's just one way to distract yourself from those feelings because they're definitely valid, it's like it's a good way to kind of like get your out of that mental fog. But I don't know. It's like for me, I've never seen the importance in Valentine's Day because if couples are in a relationship, they're going to go on dates anyway,
Hmm.
and they're all going and they're going to have romantic dates in the future. They're not just exclusive to Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So with that, I guess the question that comes to mind is why do we give so much importance, value, and power to Valentine's Day?
I got something
Like,
for that.
yeah.
Yeah, real quick. I want to say that it's a beautiful thing, relationships, Valentine's, and all that. I don't want to like discredit any of that. It's
Oh no,
like,
that's not the
yeah,
point. Yeah.
like you can have like feelings for someone, but if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But like, I want to say like relationships and all that. It is most definitely like one of the most beautiful things. But it's that's like generally where like great happiness comes in. But here's the problem that could arise with it too. It's not that relationships is like necessarily like bad whatnot. It's what you're getting in a relationship. Like, what's your attention again in a relationship? Is it just because of happiness? Because when I was a teen, as I mentioned before, I kind of saw it's like, once I get a girl, like once I have a relationship, my life would be happy. I'll like, everything else will like make sense. It'll be good. That was totally wrong. If you value that, if you put that purpose behind a relationship, of course you're doomed to fail. But if you put like an emphasis where it's like, I'm I'm gonna be in a relationship because I love this person, not to confuse love with purpose, you know? So that's what I want to say. Like Valentine's Day, I feel like we put value emphasis on it because being with a woman or like being with a girl, man, whatever it is like it's great. That's what I have to say. Just yeah, that's my opinion on it. What am I thinking just after? Oh no. Oh,
What you good?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Never mind. No, I thought it stopped working. We good.
Cass, edit this out.
Oh, my phone's like. All right. Continue. Any ideas with that? By the way, it's like with Valentine's Day, all that fun stuff. Oh,
Any
that's what
ideas?
caught me off guard, bro. It's good. It's good. It was right, like muted or not, because I heard the white noise before. I was like, oh shit, what happened?
Oh, okay. Maybe we.
No, no, no. We good. Oh, why are you muted too, bro? No, 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 no. Don't mute.
Ryan's gone now.
He's so good. It's good. He's doing this. But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I want to mention one thing though. What are your ideas? Like, what do you think of relationships and all that? Not particularly with you, but like just the overall idea with it and the value. Because I think like relationships are absolutely beautiful with the right purpose with it. If it's like actual genuine love for the person and not for love of basically yourself or anything else. I feel like that's what relationships are. But
Hmm.
yeah, I feel like loving yourself is important, but having another person too could be beautiful if it's for the right reasons.
Right.
Yeah,
For sure. For sure.
but you can celebrate this day. I mean, with friends too, like Valentine's Day. Shit, yeah, give your bro some chocolate or whatnot, or like, hook up or like it don't matter.
Getting
Shit.
some chocolate. Yeah.
It's just Valentine's Day. It's not doesn't have to be subjected to only relationships. It could just be like a way to show love. You just give that love to everyone, no matter what it is. Shoot, enjoy. Give him a box of hard chocolates, man. I'm telling you, if I had a bro give me that, it's like shit. I'm gonna eat that chocolate if it's organic. But like if it's good, it's like yeah, I'll take it. My opinion on it.
Sorry, I had some
Oh,
unexpected guests outside my door. So,
oh, you're
Oh,
good.
interesting.
You are good, bro.
All good.
um, but yeah, no, I definitely think that loving yourself is the key part. Um, there's a lot of great things you said because honestly, reaching out, like giving your friends just some flowers or even chocolate or just something that would just make them laugh. Like if you have like an inside joke or something, and you give them like a kind of like a joke gift that was like small and inexpensive, then that's great. Um, because I think and I've seen Valentine's Day, at least now. I see Valentine's Day for me at least a little differently because my parents coincidentally brought me home on Valentine's Day, so that's kind of like my
Mm.
gotcha day in a sense. So I don't like I see that as my day, um, and I use that day to kind of like treat myself. So I guess another way to kind of like combat the anxiety and depression is to just take yourself out on a date in a sense of like, hey, if you want to like if you go to like a coffee shop in the morning, hey, maybe get an extra pastry or something, or if you have enough saved up or anything, maybe get some takeout, maybe try and set something up with some friends, or because I think giving yourself those breaks and treating yourself, especially on a day that's like commercialized to only be about partnerships for the most, at least, that's how it's being presented to us through our society. I think that's great. I think treating yourself is a great way to do that. That's what I plan to do. Um, I don't know. I guess it's
Interesting, bro. Yeah,
yeah.
I just I don't know. Like now, I want to say not only with Valentine's Day, even my birthday, or like any other day, Christmas, or I mean, I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong, but like any like
Who doesn't?
day or
Like, come on.
whatever, it like it doesn't feel special. You know, like I don't make the day feel special. It's just like even tomorrow could feel special if I like if I do something crazy. Let's say I go like San Francisco, talk to family. It's like, oh, that's one specific day. It's like I don't think back. It's like let's plan a day and make this day special. I don't really like go with that. Even my birthday, I see as every other day. It's like, oh, thank you. But for me, I think it's something with culture. I don't think I go like I don't think I try to go with like culture, whatever it is. But like, I still celebrate, it's Christmas cool, but it just doesn't feel, you know, as good or like doesn't not as good. It doesn't feel as special as like if it was, if you're a kid. Because like right now, let's say Christmas, it's like as a kid, it's like, yeah, man, I got $100, or I got this new console, $50. Now it's like every day can be Christmas for you if you have a job or anything like that. It's but it's not the same feeling. It's not like gingerbreads and all this stuff. So I feel like with me, Valentine's Day or whatever it is, I feel like we give importance to the days that we want to give importance to. So like if we want to give importance to, let's say, Sunday or the next day, Wednesday, it's like it could feel special if um you know I don't know. I'm probably just rambling on here, but that's kind of my opinion on it. It's like I feel like all of this is just really culture and nothing wrong with it. I feel like it's cool.
I feel like when it comes to holidays, what we focus on a lot of the times, even sometimes without realizing it, is ourselves and what it makes us feel instead of like how we could make others feel good about those days or any given day in general. Like, for example, like you mentioned Christmas about like, how it's like you get $50, a console, like some games, some clothes, like gifts, and it's like when you're in that mindset, it's sort of like you're like me, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's just like the same applies to like, Valentine's Day, where it's just all like, I'm so lonely because I don't have a date. Why don't I have a date? Why am I not in a relationship? Me. And it's just like when you dwell, it's like too much of a good thing can become a bad thing. Like it's okay to have self-confidence and have like yourself, as a person, but when you overthink and dwell on yourself too much, you're causing an internal conflict within yourself and making yourself miserable from this just like desire of just wanting something, anything, and it's just like I feel like a better and more healthier way is like thinking like, on Valentine's Day, instead of like myself, it's just like, how is one of my friends feeling on this day? Do they have a date? Do they have someone they could talk to?
Hmm.
um is there any way I could cheer them up? Is there any way I could like hang out with them and try to make it feel better? Because then when you give your time to someone else and focus on someone else in return, you get the reward of feeling satisfied with yourself as well because they're giving time back to you as well, And it's like, yeah, sure, you could get that from a relationship, but you could get that from family members, you could get that from friendships, and it's pure and wholesome, and it's like I feel like that's what people are looking for. It's not a relationship per se. Definitely everyone wants a relationship, I feel like, but more or less like wanting to be wanted and spend time with someone.
They want that like intimate connection and that bond.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
again, I think we've just set it up as a society to think, oh, it has to be with a special somebody. That it can't
Right.
that you know it can't be satisfied through platonic means. And we forget that because we see all these. I mean, think about it. You go throughout your day, you're scrolling, if you go on Instagram, any social media platforms, Heck, you could even be like walking down the street. You're gonna find advertisements everywhere, decorations everywhere, and it's just in your face of Valentine's Day is coming up. It's we have these special deals. Buy this and buy one for your special somebody, and it's just thrown in our face constantly. So when there's holidays that are set up like this, well, not holidays, but designated days, I guess, that are set up like this, it's so commercialized to the point where we forget to think that, oh yeah, that's right, I'm loved by my friends. Oh yeah, no, that's right, I have family that I can call. So it's very easy to get wrapped up in that mindset of gotta find a date, gotta find a date. Oh, that person looks cute. Let me ask them for their Instagram. It's no, it's I mean, sure, if you want to go up and approach them, that's fine, but you don't need to put because I think a lot of it is both internal and external pressure that we just absorb.
Don't do it
And
for
like
girl, do it for love. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
and it's like
Yeah,
it's okay to be assertive, put yourself out there, ask someone out on a date, but don't it's not okay to have so much power over your mental well-being and your
mm-hmm.
emotional well-being that it affects like, you know, how you feel in that sense so immensely.
Yeah,
Like it shouldn't have that you shouldn't give that much power to the day. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
And I guess. Oh, sorry, Tundra. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, what do you mean by power? Like mental power and all that stuff. Like me, like to the day, like we shouldn't give so much like thinking or like mental power to like that
Yeah,
stuff.
like thinking like it's sort of like thinking like it's game over. You failed if you don't have a date on Valentine's Day.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's
That
like
that's
I
true.
don't
You
know.
could
That's
say
a simplified kind of more way of putting it, but it's just like you kind of feel like you failed and you're kind of less of a value of a person because you don't have a date like everyone else, when that's not true. You're just as valuable as everyone else. It's just you don't have a date on Valentine's Day. Like, I don't know.
that's an interesting perspective, bro. I think that correlates with shame. It's like
Yeah,
where like
I was about to say that too.
yeah, it's like where like you feel like kind of shameful and like or like less of a person because you have one day. It's like why does your value have to be determined like that? It's like if anything, you determine your own value and like who you want to be with. Like right now, I feel like you could be with anyone right now probably. It's like but you'll probably not be with the best person. You'll probably be with like a very shitty person or a desperate person or maybe not the best, that core lines to our values. But because as like as men, at least how I see it is like with relationships and women, we shouldn't wait like for like we shouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna try everything in order for this girl to like me, or I'm gonna try everything in order to get like a Valentine, or I'm gonna like try all these things and all that. It shouldn't be that case. Instead, what you should do is value yourself and all that, and so you get to like choose the person you want to be with. You get to like have that the natural kind of love to be with someone instead of like a whole facade you got to put on or a mask or whatnot in order
Yeah,
to like uh please the woman you want. It's like it doesn't make
yeah.
sense. Yeah.
And I did touch upon this briefly because I was having a conversation with one of the workers at the coffee shop that I go to, and I stated that um, it's interesting how once you've had like a not when this sounds weird, but once you've had like a taste of a relationship, even if it didn't end well, you still got to feel those feelings and to feel those emotions. And if even if you haven't been in one, at some point you get tired, and at least this is my perspective coming from like my own male perspective is I'm slowly becoming more comfortable with my own presence in the sense of being alone is can be addicting because once you get addicted to being alone, you kind of want it to keep it that way because you understand how peaceful it is.
Oh, I saw that quote. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good one. Yeah.
yeah.
It's true.
So, yeah, yeah, and it's just like there is truth to that. You know, there is a lot of peace because, and to, it's very easy to take care of ourselves. You know, because we don't have to
Oh,
worry when we're single. We only have to worry about ourselves, our
yeah,
emotional well-being, our all
being.
this stuff. And I'm not saying that to
Mhm.
be like a jerk, saying, "Oh, we're selfish now because we don't have a special somebody." Like we can still care about our friends and our family and stuff. But when it comes to emotional regulation with in terms of ourselves, like we don't have anyone else to also rely on. It's just us. So we take care of ourselves.
I
Yeah,
oh, go
it's much
on.
easier to take care of yourself than take care of yourself plus another person and then possibly down the line kids, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more difficult, but that's also kind of the point of a relationship is that it is more difficult and you work with that other person to make it work. You know what
Well,
I
yeah, I
mean?
mean, if it were easy, everybody would be in one. So
Yeah, if it was easy, everyone would be in one. So, I mean, that's why I'm single and going to be remain single because it is so much easier just to take care of myself, you know? But I don't know. Is it like, I don't know. The question probably, I know Tundra has something to say, so I don't want to cut him off, but like the question's more or less like, is it a cop out to be single and choose that instead of choosing a relationship and working through it? I don't know.
I
Work
don't
what you want.
see it as one.
And
I don't think it's a cop out. I think there's a difference between it all comes down to choice. If you choose to be single, you choose to be single. Enjoy your life, live it the way you want to live it. But if you're single but don't want to choose to be single, like you're not choosing to be single and you want to put yourself out there, you know don't complain that you are single, because that whole age old statement of desperation reeks. you know don't complain about it, do something about it. you know
Yeah, but not necessarily. It's like where you got like, oh, you gotta search for every woman or anything like that. It's like, or whatever it is. I feel like complaining in general is kind of really terrible. Like whatever
oh,
it is, man.
100%,
It's
yeah.
like one thing I want to say is like I've always wanted to like, you know, make like help. Like everyone's different though. I gotta realize everyone has is like different. They have their own past, whatnot. But like after a while, like bringing myself out of like a tough time and all that, it just kind of made me realize it made me realize like everyone else has this power as well. Everyone else has that kind of power to bring themselves out whatever it is, like a rut, sadness, maybe not wanting, maybe wanting to be in a relationship, or that view. Everyone has that power or whatnot, but once you realize that, you tend to see it more when like people complaining, people doing this. They're kind of their own demise, basically,
Hmm.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it just makes you realize like, wow, dude, like, oh, you wanted to help people so much, and it's good to help people and to do that, but like know what you're feeding into. Are you feeding the people of attention? Are you feeding the people that it just depends. It depends what you're
Yeah.
where you're giving your help. And I feel like you are going to have to help yourself first, and like with relationships, like this, like whatever it is. I feel like it is good, as I said before. um I feel like having a relationship is great. I want a family in the future, and I would love to be like in the woman I love, and like we develop like a great family and whatnot. But I know that I'm going to have to be like I'm going to have to like work on myself. I'm going to have to be a provider, and I'm willing to take that responsibility with the right person and my future family. So that's something, but I know I need to grow and keep going from there. It's like if I want kids and whatnot, I know for a fact I need to be financially stable or whatnot, because no one else is gonna do that for me. It's like
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
gonna do that for me? It's like the woman I love or whatnot. I'm not just there like because I want to be nurtured or I want to like do that. Like we all like, have we all like want to be cared for and all that. But that shouldn't be the overall purpose, because you're going to have to care about your woman and your kids as well. So I feel like there is some power in loving yourself, but I feel like also don't take it the wrong way, where is that's all you need. It's not necessary. It's like if that's all you need, we wouldn't be alive right here, and we wouldn't
Hmm.
play. So like that's my point. It's like love is powerful, but you always got to start with loving yourself, but don't stay at the start. Work, build up, build your foundation, and get to where you want to be. Doesn't even have to be like a family if you don't want to say if you want a family. But you can build like whatever you want. You know,
Yeah,
Family, business. Yeah, that's what I would say.
yeah. I guess it also begs the question of like why do you guys think as a society we commercialize like outside of obviously making money, like why do you think we as a society here in the US like normalize um, the whole Valentine's Day trope of you know I need a Valentine or I need a partner or I'm gonna be alone, I'm gonna have to cry about it kind of thing. Like why do you think we give days like those that like days like Valentine's Day that much power?
It's feeling. Yeah, it's most definitely like everyone feels that. It's like even like back then or whatever. It's like you always feel you want to be with someone. It's like think of it as like your default, as a man or like woman, whatever it is, your default is like I want a partner right now. And that's even without working on yourself. Even with working on yourself, you still want to be with someone, but not as like, like with a different view or a different perspective. And that's even better, I feel like. So my point is I feel like Valentine's is like this. It's just because like a natural feeling, as much as like Thanksgiving, it's like we like eating, and there's Thanksgiving, but also it's like culture based. It's like giving and all that, which some people they kind of oversee that. It's like Thanksgiving is literally about giving. It's in the name about giving thanks, but we tend to like instead just like let's eat this big feast. It's like you got to give thanks and you give. So I know I'm mentioning different holidays and all that, but Valentine's Day as well, it shouldn't be misunderstood. Where it's like, I gotta search for a woman or man, I'm gonna have to search for a Valentine so I don't feel alone. It's more so Valentine's Day. It's just the overall theme. It's just about love. We shouldn't misinterpret it. Valentine's love, Thanksgiving gratitude, um, Christmas fun and gratitude. Like it's a little mix of everything. So
Yeah.
that's what I
It's
would say.
about Jesus.
All of
No,
them personally, but like I know
yeah,
some people are
yeah, for
aren't
sure.
that
No,
into. Yeah.
here's the thing. This is something I want to say with Valentine's Day in particular. Well, with any holiday, it's about the money. Like that's just what it
Oh
is when
well,
they
yeah.
commercialize it. Like it's just pretty straightforward. And what they'll do is just psychological tactics to manipulate you to feel, in a position of vulnerability. Of like, like, oh, I have to buy chocolates, for a Valentine because that's the way I'm going to get a Valentine. Or like, oh, I should get flowers, I should buy flowers. They're going to kind of like capitalize on that of your weak minded self at that time, that moment of like, like emotional vulnerability of like, I'm sad, I don't have a Valentine. They're going to play with that because then you give them moolah. you know so it's about the money, and that's the same with like any holiday. With Christmas, that's why there's the Black Friday sales. They're like, you better get it only on this one day for Christmas,
It
or
used to be
it's
that
going to
way, and
be.
now
As long as they make money,
it
Well, it
used to be
used to
they
one
get
be.
it.
day. It used to be one day
Used,
with one day of Black Friday, and now it's like Black
Cyber
Friday
Monday,
month. You know?
you got that
same,
too.
same, same thing, different time.
Yeah.
Like,
You're right
but
about that,
it's
Ryan. Yeah.
and then it's just like also on Thanksgiving, it's just all like you got to make sure you got the turkey, the green bean casserole, the mashed potatoes and gravy. Like you gotta have everything, or it's not going to be the perfect Thanksgiving. You
Yeah,
know, so
yeah.
it's about
Or because
it's
then
about
you'll feel the shame that we mentioned earlier, right? If you don't have the
right.
perfect turkey or the perfect meal or a perfect set of people or anyone really to share the meal with, you've failed, the Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner test. Same thing can be applied to Valentine's Day. Is, oh, if I don't get a date, or if I don't tell my crush I like them, or something like that, then I failed the Valentine's Day
No,
test, which
yeah.
is then that they just play on that emotion of shame.
And here's the thing, it's like such a disconnect. It's like a lack. It's like here's the thing, when they commercialize and advertise to you, doggo.
Don't
Um
worry, keep going.
we love doggo. When they like advertise to you, they don't care about your well-being, your
No,
emotional well-being, your mental
they just want you to
well-being.
buy. Yeah.
They just want you to buy money. But then it's just like, does the ends justify the means? And it's just like, why do we care so much about society commercializing it? You know, where do we get to a point where we train our brains to not get affected by the commercialization of things and instead be genuine with our purchases for things purely out of giving to other people
Hmm.
in general across all holidays?
One thing you mentioned too, right, is what was it? It was something about like where like I gotta feel I'm gonna have to ask my crush soon, like Valentine's Day or whatnot. It's like
Yeah,
I
that
feel
pressure
like
and that shame. Yeah.
yeah, no, even if they do it, I feel like that ruins most like, crushes or future relationships, you know? It's
Oh,
like
it
if you have a
does.
crush
It
on
does.
someone, let's say you just met him a week, right? And you go ask him out after, it's like, oh my God. And like, cause you had that pressure of Valentine's Day, it's like, of course they're
Hmm.
gonna reject you. It's like they barely know you. Or even if they know you or whatnot, they need like, to build up that natural like friendship first. It's like
Right.
they kind of oversee that lately nowadays. I feel like usually it's like, forget about the friendship part. Let's go straight to relationship. And let's straight to loving
Oh,
each
yeah, yeah,
other
yeah. That's how
without
you
knowing
end
each
up.
other. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. How can you love someone without
That's
knowing
how
them? It's
situationships happen. That's how
yeah,
a
because you're
bunch
not
of
in a
people.
relationship for the
Yeah.
person. You're in a relationship for yourself, and that's totally wrong.
Yeah,
You're gonna
hookup
have to
culture. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
well, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
It's
have to be like, get to know the person, friends, bond, and all
yeah.
that, then love the
I mean,
person. You can find a
yeah, and
person
it
attractive, like them. It's like, oh shit, you look nice and all that, but get to know them first.
right.
Don't like, you know.
Right. I mean, you could go, they could be, very you could find somebody extremely attractive and within 5 minutes of talking to them go, "Wow, they really do not have a brain." Right? Or or just they could be extremely attractive, the most attractive person you've ever seen on the planet, and when you start talking to them within 5 to 10 minutes, you turn around and you do that thinking of, wow, that did not go the way I thought it would. Wow. And not in the sense of they rejected you, but in the sense of,
Doesn't match
wow, their
values.
values are completely opposite from
Mhm.
mine.
Mhm.
But a lot of people, they'll just get to talking and they're like, okay, cool, let's go on a date. We go on a date, and then boom. That's how
You
I,
feel
situations
stuck. It's like,
happen.
oh shit. It's like, oh
Yeah.
man, great.
but like also you have to kind of step outside of the box and also see when 5 minutes later you instantly are just like, oh, I actually don't like this person anymore. You gotta step out of the box and realize like what were your intentions in the first place,
Hmm. Hmm.
with talking and hanging out with this person. Were they bad intentions or good intentions? And it's just being honest with yourself, because it's like if you're just talking to someone because you find them attractive, then it's like, it's just like there's not really a point to that, because then you're going to find out who that person is and dislike them, and you're not even giving them a chance to be a human being.
Right.
Instead, you're putting out your judgments immediately. So it kind of says a lot about yourself more than the other person as well.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. I also do want to take a segue over into something else that I just crossed my mind of, sometimes people break up before Valentine's Day, and it's more, and that, you've been together with somebody, and now with this big day approaching, you had all these plans and they all fell apart because they're not with you anymore. So in terms of navigating that sadness, because it does happen, you know, same reason why people get broken up with before Christmas, because they feel the pressure of, oh, I have to meet their family, oh, I have to get all these gifts, I don't want to do that. And sometimes that does happen. But with, if you're dealing with a breakup and and it's still recent or fresh, I say this jokingly. Well, not really jokingly. I think Tundra mentioned this earlier before we even started. It's like, yeah, my Valentine's Day is the gym. Her name is Jim.
Wonderful,
But
bro.
it was hilarious. But there is some truth to that, because for me at least, that's how it most. I would think most men would handle it, is they go to the gym, they hang out with their bros, and they have comfort food. That would be my go-to if that were to happen.
I mean, I have
would,
Little
like,
Caesars pizza if anyone wants to have some
I'll kind of
pizza.
do the same.
Oh,
Besides,
I'm
like, I'll
down.
go to maybe a nice restaurant. Like if we're going
Right?
out to,
Yeah.
I just like organic food. Like if it's after the gym or not, or maybe if not, maybe we go to Benihana's. You have those Japanese people like
Oh,
cook for you.
yeah.
Benihana.
Yeah.
Goes
Yeah.
hard, bro.
Treat yourself to
Exactly.
Benihana.
Good lord.
Yeah.
But
But
there we go.
definitely, I would definitely encourage. I mean, if you are in the small category of people who did get broken up with or rejected before Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
I would definitely just say, treat yourself. Go to the gym, have some comfort food, and go out with some friends, or even stay with some friends. Watch a comfort movie and just goof off and have fun. It's tough though. It is really hard. It is tough. So
For sure, for sure.
I don't know where Tundra went, but
No, yeah, the dog.
yes, the dog.
Yeah. Um, Man, I had a question and then I lost it.
All right, guys, just got banana.
Oh,
Cool.
All
cool.
right,
Let's
continue.
go.
We love potassium. Potassium is great for.
Potassium is good on Valentine's Day
I mean,
because then
I used to eat like 4 of these, like 5. But I'll tell you, don't do that, bro. It's just really bad for you.
yeah,
To eat
that's
that
too
much.
much potassium.
But
Yeah.
not like potassium, dude. This thing has like not as much potassium as you think. It's only like 200 milligrams, I think, and we need like 3,000. It's like
Mhm.
this right here, bro. It's just a lot of sugar. It's like, and this is
Yep.
man-made too. You know that bananas, even organic ones. It's so crazy. I was like, shit. But the topic isn't about like bananas, at the moment, but it's like
We'll
it's
touch
crazy.
upon food some other time.
Yeah. Here, I can.
Tell this theme another time.
Right. I treat myself a banana before meeting my girl. She's a very, very beautiful girl. She's right here, actually. Wait. You can't see
Nice.
it.
Nice.
Nice,
There you go.
nice.
Nice.
Wherever on the podcast. All right. Let's continue. What were we saying? She's 30, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. She's kind of old.
Yeah, bro.
Bro,
Shit.
I didn't know you were into cougars, bro.
A bit. It's just they have to look attractive, like this one right here.
Oh my god.
We need to.
That's a blooper. That's a blooper.
Oh,
Oh my god.
is this a blooper?
It just came out. I forgot that we were on a podcast for like 5 seconds.
Oh, what'd you say? What'd you say, bro? Run it back.
What do you mean? What
I lost it. Did you say
You
something?
replied.
Oh, what did I reply, bro? I was too busy with my cougar. Oh, was that cougar? I didn't know that was a blooper, bro. My fault. No. Oh.
All right. Well, that's about 3 to 5 minutes edited out and saved somewhere else.
Nah,
Maybe Cass will keep it in.
think of it like this. You ever watch Deadpool? Like, you know what I'm saying? Deadpool got some stuff too. He's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I was talking about how just dealing with like the fact of getting broken up with, before Valentine's Day, or even if it were like late January, that, that's definitely a time where you should definitely spend time on yourself, be surrounded with the people who do love and care about you, and just remind yourself that you know it's all kind of an illusion. In a sense of you don't have to be with your person, you don't have to think about your ex on that day. So, and we lost Sandra. Uh,
You know, it's
Embrace the
fine.
chaos, my friends. Embrace the chaos.
Watch today be the day where one of my roommates just barges in for no reason. That never would happen, but
He put it on the be right back screen.
I think the audio is still picking up though.
It's all right.
Well, we'll be right back after a few brief words from our sponsors.
We have no sponsors.
No, here's our first sponsor.
Oh, sponsors.
Are you feeling lonely on Valentine's Day? Do you need a date ASAP? Join the Brother Talk dating app.
Stop. No.
The Brother Talk dating app is exclusive for Valentine's Day only.
Bro,
Join-
who said that, bro? Do you feel lonely? It was so funny. You got me dying in the back. I was like, what the fuck? What am I hearing?
Because you have it on the be right back screen.
Yeah, and then I said, are you feeling lonely? I was like, who the fuck? Who says this shit, dude?
Apparently, Luke.
Oh, that was Luke! Bro! No, dude. Holy shit. Okay, keep that, bro. Keep that in. That goes hard.
Oh my gosh.
It's a Valentine's Day special.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Are you feeling
Happy
lonely?
Valentine's Day, my brother. Well, are you feeling lonely?
Call right now and get your free. I don't know. What are you gonna get?
Get your free dating advice pamphlet exclusively written by Tundra, Regento, and Ludacris. In that book, you will find tips on how to date women. Join the Brother Talk dating app.
You need some pickup
Today.
lines. That's my tease. That's my teaser.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
let you
I'm
know.
just the announcer. Now you provide the pickup lines.
All right, guys. Let me tell you
Did
my
someone
Valentine's pickup line.
say? Okay. Did
No.
someone say pickup line?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Ooh, right. You got one?
What?
Do you have a pickup line, bro?
Do I have a pickup line? Oh.
Yeah. No, go hard. Let's hear it.
Oh my gosh. Do I? Hold
Yeah.
on. I don't know if I do. Wait. Because I. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. You know how sometimes. Now, okay, this plays in a negative self talk because there are some people out there, they'll go around, they'll go like, you'll compliment, let's just say hypothetically, I go up to somebody, right? I compliment their outfit. I'm like, oh no, I look like trash today. It's like, well, if you're trash, I'm obligated to pick you up. How about 8?
That goes hard, bro. That goes hard.
Just gotta say,
Now let me give you something. This is something I've been cooking up. All right. Are you a bank victim? Because I want to shoot you my love.
You're gonna like go up to a random girl at the bank and just.
No, not another bang. I go to everyone. I was like, hey, no, that does not go.
Do you
good.
go to everyone?
Hold on. Okay. Here's one. Ready?
I don't have one, so don't look at me.
Oh god.
Okay, we're ready.
No. Hold on. Okay.
He's getting in the zone.
I'm cooking it up, bro. This is like sauteed vegetables up in here. I'm just gonna have to have the meat right here. Hold on. Okay. Are you a porcupine? Cause I'm trying to make you mine, girl. No, it doesn't work out, bro.
No, you should be like, are you porcupine? Because you should be pork in mine.
It sounds like pork in mine. Like, I gotta have pork. Oh, okay. Uh, are let's this Valentine's right here. How about
I have one. I
I
have one.
season
Are
you
you
like my mind?
lonely?
Oh, am I going? Well, yeah, no, let's hear it. Are you lonely?
Are you lonely? Join the brother talk.
Stop, stop.
Bro, you
Oh my
sponsored,
god.
motherfucker. What is that? This guy. All right. Shit, dude. No, we tried. Don't use pickup lines, by the way. It's very,
Yeah, no,
but,
don't.
but they're
They're
fun.
fun. They're
They're
cute,
fun
but
with the
like,
bros. Fun with the bros.
there are some that are cute, but for the most part, just be normal. Like, not like, okay, I know normal's subjective, but just be a friendly, kind human being. Do not just walk up to somebody and, I guess
I mean, it could
just be
work.
like, hey, I thought
Don't
you
be
were cute.
cringe.
Yeah, don't be cringe or anything like that. Just literally just walk up to them with confidence, obviously with confidence, I'd hope. Just walk up to them and just be like, hey, I saw you from over there. I just want to say, thought you were really cute. I was wondering if you wanted, if I could get your social media, if I could if you have your name, grab an Instagram or Snapchat or something like that, right? I personally ask for Instagram, but just because if you fumble over your words and then you kind of see their, each other's Instagram, it's like, oh, this person actually is just a nice, friendly dude. He's just nervous. And, because they see what you posted kind of thing.
I think I would use pickup lines for fun, bro. I won't lie. It's like if I'm at a party right now and like, I was gonna ask
I mean,
the
that's a
girl for
party.
the Instagram. It's like I don't want to start it off serious, at least. Like I want to start off like kind of fun. So I go with like pickup lines, but like as jokingly. If you do like with like let's say if you're confident, like you said, if you're confident enough and you can go like up to him, it's like, hey girl, listen, you got nice heels going on. How about I lost it, bro. I lost it. I was fuck. I couldn't like think of like what
Well,
rhymed
you
with
failed the
heel. Heel,
simulation,
heel.
and like
Like what the fuck rhymes
the
with heel,
girl
bro?
just walked away. Game
No, just
over.
Okay, are you
yeah. I
Rubik's cube?
mean,
Because I'm trying to solve your problems. Fuck. Bananas.
it's
Banana.
just like the heck. Nah. I mean,
Banana.
I would also just say if you
Yeah.
do see somebody that you do like, I would just say I would just walk up and talk to them. Don't even go in there thinking that you're gonna get their social media, that you're gonna get their number. Just walk up to them, have a nice, friendly conversation, and if the vibe is good, and it's an instinctual thing, but if you have a good conversation, you can just end it saying, "Hey, I just want, thanks for chatting. I was wondering if we could continue this conversation. Do you mind if I grab your Instagram?" And if they say no, it's like, okay, cool, have a good day. If they say yes, well, you just got somebody's Instagram and you can take it from there. But don't go in thinking that you're going to get it. Just go in thinking, I'm just going to have a nice, friendly conversation with this person.
First impressions matter, bro.
First impressions do matter.
I remembered my question that I was going to say earlier. Do you guys have any particular advice for couples that are actually together and doing?
Probably
Because
not.
Boy, do I.
Yeah.
I know that sounded sarcastic, but I actually do. With Valentine's Day approaching, there's a lot of pressure of, oh, I have to, really knock them off, sweep them off their feet, go the whole 9 yards kind of thing. And it's like kind of like the big moment because sometimes you have couples who reach that day, sometimes you don't. But I would just say, honestly, it's a lot of it goes into the thought. of how well you know your partner. You don't need to do the whole, 5-star lavish dinner, fancy dress up thing. You don't, there aren't any rules to it. You could just as easily go, okay, well, their favorite movie or movie series is this. I'll just make fun little themed snacks or, see what I can find on the internet. And then we'll just stay in, do that. Or if it's a going out thing, just do something fun, unique. I would honestly suggest an activity or something, something that you can do together. Um,
Agreed.
but, you don't really, maybe throw the extra thing of, oh, I'll just buy like some roses, or I'll do the extra thing of doing the traditional thing of getting like chocolates or something. I know, my my boss and his wife, actually, when they were they've been married like 30 years or something, but I think one year, as a Valentine's gift, instead of doing the traditional flowers and chocolates, they're like, hey, let's buy each other tattoos. So they bought each other tattoos and everything, and that was actually pretty cool. You know, just think of something unique and fun that would be a gift. If they like music, maybe just do a music store date where
Yeah, make it
you know
natural.
make it personalized, and just because it's, I don't want to say test, but I don't have a better word, but it's more or less just, so it's like kind of like a test of how well do you know your partner, and what do you remember, and how are you going
Yeah,
to show them truly paid attention and care.
genuine
you
care
know
and creativity. Like you
exactly.
just show
You
that like
don't need to spend
mhm.
hundreds of dollars
Good
on them.
disclaimer though, the tattoo thing. It's like it's wonderful if 30 years married. Perfect. If you
Right.
just
No,
want to
I'm just
do that,
saying that's what they did. That was outside the box.
yeah,
I'm not saying that.
yeah, of course.
I'm not saying to do it, but
Yeah, just want to know if someone did that, if they're watching, bro, they say it's like, oh shit, these guys told me you should do it. It's like, bro, don't put that on us,
no, no,
Of
no, no,
course.
no.
But
That
like,
was an example to be creative and personalize it. It was not it's a disclaimer. Be creative. It is not actual advice unless you're really into that. But
be
and
creative. I know what you mean. I just don't know the word for it. It's like what's that word? It's like what you do. I think it's just creative and honestly, just like stay creative with like how you care about your partner. It's just like how do we meet? Like how do you meet like the girl of your dreams or whatever it is? It's like you don't go out looking for it. Sometimes you do, sure, but like where do you usually go? It's like activities or like maybe your job or maybe playing games or whatnot. Like how do I meet you guys? It's like from games and like other things. It's like do something fun. Make it fun activities. That's how you guys met, and that's how you can like change it up and make it fun together, make it unique.
mhm.
But if all you guys are just doing is like sitting at home and just talking to each other, it's like it's cool to like be there for each other and all that.
Yeah,
But it's
and
like
if you're low
you're doing
on
nothing.
it,
It's like, well,
yeah, I don't mean to cut you off there, Tundra. Sorry.
no, 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 you good, you good.
Uh, I was up to say too, if you are low on funds, this upcoming Valentine's Day, something that came to mind actually is, plan out kind of a unique little fun scavenger hunt. If you've gone on multiple dates with this person, like just say to a mini golf course, a bowling alley, on a hike at a local park or anything like that, kind of just do like a little scavenger hunt thing. And then by the time they get back, you have a cooked dinner and everything like that, or even go with them and then do like a joint thing where you've done one with each other, or have a friend do it. Set it up and then have you and the person. I don't know. I thought it'd be fun and cute, but
That
you
works,
know,
bro. It's just it'll
I
it'll all
mean,
depend.
it's like work with what you got. You have pen, you have paper, and you could do like a little scavenger hunt, or
My,
heck, even just spend the day just being together, not even doing the same thing, just kind of like the whole parallel play thing.
mm-hmm. My best advice for this Valentine's Day to give for relationships: have fun.
Uh
That's
huh.
really it.
Yeah.
I can't really say more than that. It's like I'm not really in a relationship like right now, so it's like I can't really give my advice on it. I've been in a couple, but or like been in a little bit. Just Yeah, for Valentine's Day, I mean, live your life with your partner, enjoy, have fun. You know, go to a picnic. Oh my god, dude, I would love to go to a picnic with my partners. Like you go there, eat a sandwich, organic preferably, but like you used to eating the sandwich. Maybe even go to the gym. You know, you can go there, enjoy.
Yeah,
Um,
just spend the day together and have fun. That's really all we're. I think
It
we're trying.
shouldn't be orchestrated. It should be personalized to
It should just
what your
be.
relationship was like
Yes.
up to that point. You know, it doesn't have to be all big and fancy. It has to just be something intentional and genuinely like something like only you two know. It's deep meaning, you
I
know?
get you. I would make it fun and
Yeah.
fancy. But, yeah, deep meaning though is way more important. There's got to be meaning to it. It doesn't need to be fancy, but
Yeah.
I would most definitely make it like, you make a nice, beautiful, fancy dinner, as I mentioned before, Benihana's, or you can put some candlelit, some steak. We'll go hard. I'm opening the door for my dog, but you guys continue.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I. You don't. You know, my mentor just has always told me, relationships should just be.
Yeah,
You know?
true.
They're not. You don't need to like. It shouldn't be this constant push pull. It shouldn't be all this other stuff. It should just be. It should unfold naturally, just come easily to you. Now, granted, you're still going to have moments where your nervous system gets triggered by your partner here and there, but that's normal. But it shouldn't be this constant, you know, I hate them, I love them, I hate them, I love them, or kind of thing. It shouldn't be this,
Agreed. Yeah,
like, it shouldn't be this whole, you know, I need to be with them. Okay, I don't want anything to do with them anymore. Okay, now I need to be with them again. It should just,
because you're not in a relationship for them. Then, as we said
exactly,
before, it's for yourself
exactly.
basically. It's
Yeah,
because of the way they make you feel. It shouldn't be like
yep.
that. It should be
Yep,
just
and
like
that
love for the
and that
person.
again, what you were talking about of the whole like on again, off again situationship kind of thing. That's there are some instances where that can end up being a, a strange relation like situationship where it ends up being like borderline codependency.
I get you. Yeah, yeah.
You know, so it's it's a dangerous road to pave. Do not enter situationships. Do not like if you want to go out and you know get around. That's your choice. Love, live your life. I'm just saying it might cause you some emotional damage at the end of the day.
Emotional damage.
So be careful, but be like my dad always says. Like my dad always tells me this: be safe, but have fun. That's it. You know, I think that goes for most things in life. But my advice is don't please do not end up in a situationship or continue to foster this thing that you are jokingly lying to yourself and calling it a relationship when you know in your heart that it's not, because that's only going to hurt you at the end of the day.
Mhm.
So yeah.
I fully agree with the situation ship stuff. It's like if you're in a situation ship, you probably shouldn't be in one like that. Like relationships take hard work. Like I think the thing that's like misinterpreted, at least, it's like when you're in a relationship, and let's say something goes wrong or whatever, it's like argument or whatever, and they're not, doing like they're not providing or something at the moment or argument, whatever it is, you guys both disagree on something. It's kind of seen in our society as like where just leave the person and there's gonna be like the right person. It's totally wrong. I feel it's like if you guys are right here and you both don't agree on something, you both can work it out. Like relationships takes work together. If you truly love the
Mhm.
person, if you love, if both of you guys love each other for who like they are and whatnot. I feel like it takes work to like grow, and as you said,
Yeah.
just be instead of just push and pull. It's like meet my needs, or no, it's like meet my needs. It's like this always fighting. It's like okay, I'm gonna leave so someone else can meet this. And it's the same thing. It's like where just a
Hmm.
cycle and cycle
Yeah,
where
yeah.
even
It's
with the same
this.
relationship. Yeah.
You're not meeting my needs. I'm gonna go and find validation somewhere else. And then once they get that validation, they're fine. And then they go back to the person who wasn't giving them in the first place because they're recharged in a sense.
Yeah, you're
And then
basically
it's
not
like this
even in a
constant
relationship.
back and forth where they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just, and that's when it can get into that weird bond.
The other pendulum of that is like in the one extreme is the argument stuff. The other extreme is compromising your worldview and beliefs to adopt someone else's beliefs. You know what
I
I
would
mean?
I understand where you're coming from. I would disagree with that slightly.
I
I think
mean,
it's
compromise is definitely important in terms of setting boundaries and where
right.
things
Yeah, yeah.
go, but like compromising your whole like values and trading them in for someone else's values. It's kind of like a trauma response, like fawning. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know if that, yeah, the
in
other
It's
terms
pretty
of
extreme.
interesting.
changing your
Yeah.
worldviews and core beliefs for somebody else, I would strongly
Yeah, I would
uh,
say be
like
careful.
I would
Like,
be careful with that. And honestly, I wouldn't
Yeah.
do. Do
because it's
not
not
change
That's
your.
what I
necessary.
was saying. It's wrong too. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
necessarily on like the other person or partner, like
I
whatever
mean,
it
don't
is.
be
It's
different.
necessarily
Yeah,
on you if you're gonna do that. Like if I'm gonna do
yeah,
that,
Right.
if my word value or like whatever it is, and I'm trying to take beliefs of my partner and replace it, it just shows in like what kind of foundation I have for myself. If I did that,
yeah.
I would have a weak foundation. I would have a weak foundation of my
Mhm.
values or whatnot, or like what I believe in, because I'm taking their influence to another extreme. Everyone gets influenced by people, even myself and like everyone on this planet Earth. But if it's to the point where it's like not influenced, but you're actually taking their whole being and acting like basically believing, like having all their values or whatnot, doesn't make sense. It's like even my parents or your parents or like whatever it is, like family. It's like they all have their different values and beliefs. We agree on some things, but other things we don't necessarily agree on.
Yeah, you
That's
got to
just
just
how it
agree to
is.
disagree,
Yeah,
but don't
but
like
Yeah.
change your core beliefs for somebody else just to stay with them.
yeah, and even
Now,
Right.
if you
if
stay,
That's
it's
what I
fully on the
meant. Yeah.
person. Yeah,
That's
but
what I meant by that. I feel like the middle ground is like not leaving someone just because it's a hard relationship and you're arguing all the time, but also like not sacrificing your mental well being and sacrificing your values and disagreements and forcefully agreeing with someone else. It's like
it's
what
the
it comes
middle.
down to with the relationship is like the maturity of it. Like the two people. If
yeah,
one person's immature and the other person's mature, then of course one person's going to leave, and that's the healthiest and best choice. But if both people are mature, then you both are self-aware of that and realize that, then that's the relationship worth holding on to and worth working through, even though it
right.
is hard.
Yeah, and I will say this, I'm gonna like definitely like paint a picture of, let's just say you get into this argument because you go up to your partner and you say, "Hey, I've been feeling insecure lately because you know, I haven't let's just say they hate texting or something, right? And they want them to, for more communication. That's the key of it. They want more communication, and it's a matter of, okay, how do I ask for that? How do I get what I want? And you have to also approach it from, maybe I don't get what I want, but I get something else instead. There's an example. The example being that, okay, if you have one person who's, hates texting, would much rather either call or, and doesn't want to be on their phone 24/7 because they're busy out in the real world doing their job, talking with their friends and all that stuff. When you have another person who wants the texting, it's like, okay, well, instead of texting, how about we just do, video calls or phone calls instead? It's not that they get them to text them more, aside from bare minimum, communication of, hey, when are we meeting up to go to this place? You know, outside of the dates, on the days where you're not having anything, it's a matter of, okay, well, I didn't get them to text me more often, but I did get occasional phone calls here and there throughout my day. That's a compromise. That's something that can be fixed, and that can be a problem that can be addressed and met at, you know, that's a problem that can be addressed and be not be fixed, but two people can come together and compromise on that agreement, and then you're fine. That's you know there are ways to navigate that kind of stuff.
It depends what it is. Like if your
Yeah,
value,
it definitely depends on what it is, but
yeah, like let's say I like
that's just
dogs right here, and then like
mhm.
let's say my partner or whatever likes cats. It's like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sacrifice some value saying like, oh, I like cats more. It's like I like cats, they're cool, but I don't like them more. It's like I like my dog. She almost bit me, but I like my dog. It's like dogs
mhm.
are nice. They're very beautiful. No worries, she messes with it. But yeah, like dogs, love them. Always beautiful. Cats, they're alright. But like that's my point. It's with the values. You're going to have to value.
Mhm.
Stay
Yeah,
true to your values, and don't let don't don't like sacrifice your whole self basically to be like a chameleon. You're not a
yeah,
chameleon. You are a human being. You know,
yeah,
that's how it
yeah.
should be.
I mean, there are some things. There are some small things that you can sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Relationships are a lot of give and take. You know, but there's only so much you can sacrifice to the point where you'd be changing your entire system. You know, because it could be like, oh, I like, using your example of like I like dogs. You know, I grew up living with dogs my whole life, so I want to have a dog, right? And there's first of all, I'm not comfortable around dogs or anything like that, and it's just like, okay, well, what do we do? And you kind of just have to figure out, okay, is this something that I can? Is this a non-negotiable? You know, and if it is, then it's like, all right, well, this is non-negotiable because maybe the dog is an emotional support animal that you need for anxiety, right?
I
Um,
say that all the time, man. It's like you
right.
say,
But no, I'm saying like they have the legal paperwork and everything for it and all that,
yeah,
and it's this thing of, okay, well, I need my dog around me because they are an emotional support animal for me, and they help with maybe it's a health thing, maybe it's a seeing eye dog, who knows? But that's when you just kind of I'm complicating things more than I need to
no,
make
you're
them.
right, bro. I get
My
you.
point, my point being is that there are some things that you can compromise and some things that are just non-negotiables, but you have to figure out what those non-negotiables are. Because if you don't know what those non-negotiables are, then it's
Yeah, let's say you're
what
dating like your dream
oh
woman
no.
or whatever, and then in order to date your dream woman, let's say you're going to have to be a woman. You're going to have to go trans because she's lesbian. It's like, oh no, hell no, I'm good, man. I ain't doing that. I'm gonna stay my man. I'm gonna stay true to my values when I date. The woman that I truly love. That's what it is. It's like non-negotiable. Just the example. It's like there are things that we value for ourselves. It's like if
I
you're
would put it
willing.
on the less extreme of just like,
Yeah, I gave an extreme one.
yeah, you did give a pretty extreme example. I mean, it's fine, but I
Yeah,
think
you gave
on
Ryan
the
a lot
less
to
extreme,
digest
on the
there.
less extreme side of things, let's just go. Let's just say, you know, the person that in your dream person, and the person that you're seeing and you really really like them, their non-negotiable is that we have to be raised in a Christian household and everything like that. But coming as from my perspective of I never grew up with any religion. It was never really something that my parents were in, so I never grew up with it. I never was like put into that community in a sense. So it's just like, okay, well, this person has strong Christian values. I grew up atheist, so they say, well, in order for this, I need you to be devoted to God. And it's just like, okay, then that's something I would consider. But you know, if that is a non-negotiable for them, and I come back saying, hey, I respect your religion, I respect your beliefs. However, I just don't fit into that community, or I'm not willing to. then that's a non-negotiable for both of us, right? And it's just like, okay, well, thanks for letting me know. Because the problems that the core conflicts of non-negotiables that aren't discussed at the beginning of the relationship are what's going to break you up at the inevitable end of the
True.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So if the important things aren't talked about, and then it hits you out of nowhere, well, there's a reason because you guys never talked about it.
Exactly.
You know, if they
Mhm.
say, hey, family's a big important thing to me, I want kids, and that's a non-negotiable for you, and the other person says, well, I don't want kids because I don't want to put my body through that, and it's like, okay, cool, would you be open to adopting? There are some non-negotiables that you can compromise with, or it's like, because there's a difference between having kids and raising kids, right? I
True.
think if they say, well, I don't want to raise kids, I just want it to be us, and that's non-negotiable because kids are expensive, and that's their non-negotiable, then for me it would be like, okay, well, I want to raise a kid, so thanks for letting me know. You're a really cool person. Let's stay friends, kind of thing. Because we've
Exactly.
addressed that problem before we got into that whole month ish long the dating phase, and then she hits me out of nowhere after X amount of months or maybe a few years, going, "Oh yeah, by the way, I don't want this." I'm like, "What? What?" You know, it just catches you off guard. So it's just please talk about the important things before you get into the relationship, because if you don't, it's what could potentially break you up.
And I think that's what leads into like emotional drama situations when
Yes.
it's not talked about, because if you bring up those non-negotiables first and foremost, then it's not going to happen, the relationship, or I mean the dating, you know what I mean? It's just
Mhm.
not going to happen because the non-negotiables are already stated, and as well as you have saved your emotional and mental health and its well-being
Mhm.
because you haven't invested so much emotional investment into it. And so the problem is it's not really like the disagreements with people, I would per se. I mean, they definitely are an issue. The core issue is when you have non-negotiation negotiables, you pursue the relationship and then they rise up, then that's when the drama happens.
Yeah,
That's
because you weren't
when the
addressed. Yeah.
pain and suffering comes in because you have
Yeah.
so much investment in the relationship that wasn't going to work out from the beginning.
Mhm.
And then that's when it's like, even two mature people have to call it off and, break things up because it's just like you didn't discuss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But pulling it back to subject, I think with Valentine's Day approaching, with the whole relationships, dating, all this other stuff, I do want to eventually discuss relationships and dating because that would be a gold mine topic for me to discuss. I'll put a pin in that for my next round of topic.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
To to bring it back, I definitely want to say, don't be sad. Do your best not to be sad and depressed on Valentine's Day. See it as an opportunity to make new connections with the people around you or strengthen the bonds that you already have. And just know that you are loved and cared for. You know,
yeah.
please just remind yourself of that, especially on that day. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, uh, to bring it like to bring it back, like where it's like first person to like my personal experience. It's like what you just mentioned. Like I had a girl like who had like that like liked me before like way back, and we were like talking. We were like good friends back then. And then she mentioned she didn't want to have a family. It's like same thing. It was like too expensive or
mhm.
anything like that. It's like to have kids and all that. And I disagreed. I was like, no, I want a family in the future and all that. That's something that I would love to look forward to. And after, well, like I didn't know she liked me back then. But after she asked me out, I was like, no, it's not gonna work out. It's like, um, I just told her it's like, no, it's not. And it's like for one, it's like one of it is like you don't want a family, and then she did like one thing where we talked about it's like where if you try to change your values for someone, it's not gonna work. And like uh she would say it's like like oh like I could try a family, but it's like still it's like I saw it as like if you're trying. if like what you said, like the important things we talked about at first, and like their attention was clear, it was like, so you can tell it was like so bold. It was like, yeah, man, it was like so confident. Where like, I don't want kids, but then later on, it's like, yeah, I could try. It's like not coming from a genuine place, but it's coming from those rose-colored glasses. We
Yeah,
always
that
see.
and that sense of fear of, oh, I might not find somebody again.
hmm So
You know.
that's what I want to say. It's like, talk about the important things first, and if you guys like have those values you both respect and you both are willing to go forward with, then go for it. Why not? If it's like someone you genuinely love. But if not, save yourself the trouble and be mature about it, I would say. Or, just in general, you do you, man. It's like we can't really tell you what to do. But that's from our experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
appreciate you sharing that.
mm-hmm.
Um,
It was interesting,
yeah,
I think.
I think we've covered all things Valentine's Day, couples, singles, a little bit of dating and relationship advice. But I definitely do want to touch more upon dating and relationship stuff in the future. But I think for now, this is
Yeah.
I think I think we covered it. So,
Yeah.
alrighty.
I mean,
Cool.
if you guys have anything else to say, I'll kill it. I'll go for it. You guys are absolutely wonderful. This Valentine's Day. Let's buy some good chocolates. Let's all have some chocolates for ourselves. I got one right here. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Where is it? I've been eating it. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. It's like this. You can't really see it. Hold on. It's like a wonderful chocolate. They call it.
Nice.
They call it like regenerative chocolate, something like that. It's good for the cells. I have no idea what I read, but I was like, shit, this is good. So,
Just
treat
be a
your wife.
normal person. Just be a normal person and get like a York or something. I don't
What's a
know.
York?
You haven't had York mint chocolate?
Are you talking about the little circle things?
They're like circle patties, yeah, and they're like minty.
Nah, bro. That's like I never like I would eat them here and there as a kid, but like nah, I wouldn't eat it. It's like what I suggest, bro, is like you fuck being normal, bro. Be advanced. Have the organic kind of. Actually, I
Final
wouldn't go
question.
as that. Yeah,
Final
so
question. If you had to get a chocolate for yourself as a treat for Valentine's Day, what would be the go-to chocolate? And if
Reese's peanut butter cup. Reese's.
I don't know, bro. I will go like with some organic dark chocolate still. It's like that's kind of my treat. I
hey,
love
you know what?
I love
Hey,
that
no
kind of
shame,
stuff.
bro.
Yeah, it's wonderful. This is like 70% dark chocolate, I think, with coconut. That shit tastes good, bro. If I have
Yeah.
Reese's or anything like that, or like any like Kiss or like whatever chocolate, it's like you can bro. After a while of eating like a diet or whatever, it's like if you do it for a while, you can taste the process, bro. It's like kind of like a flavor. I'm telling you, bro. That's the point for another topic later on, nutrition. But like, man, dude, it like goes crazy. It's like you eat it, it's like I can taste the metal. I'm like, oh shit. I don't know what I'm tasting. But it goes crazy, man.
Yeah, I
Valentine's
think
Day,
for
bro.
me,
hmm
yeah, I think if for me, if I were to have a chocolate of any kind, I think I'd just, I don't know. I don't have chocolate too often. Probably a Toblerone,
What's that? Is that the
like
little
a
things?
the triangle, the little
Yeah,
like the long
those
triangle
okay,
ones.
those are good, bro. I don't mind.
Yeah,
Those
I'd
are
probably get
nice.
myself a Toblerone.
Yeah.
All right,
Nice.
guys. Well,
hmm
happy early Valentine's Day, my brothers, and we'll talk next time.
Of course.
Happy Valentine's Day. And then, are you feeling lonely? Download the Brother Talk dating app.
Disclaimer: that is
Um,
not an actual thing.
that
Do
is
not
not a
actually
thing.
search.
Do like
Yeah.
love your life, guys. Love your family. Love your partner. Love everything. Do not download a dating app. I do not recommend dating apps because of you. So I would say y'all have a wonderful night and have a good Valentine's Day. Yep.
Alrighty.
All right. Y'all take care. Have a good one.